Hello, the Dubai's Quran Park offers wonderful insights into the Holy Quran, enhancing awareness of the Islamic values of peace, love, and tolerance. There, discover the different plants mentioned in the Holy Book or take in the lush greens on the show, including an Islamic garden, a desert garden, a special area dedicated to Spain. Visitors can also enjoy Cave of Miracles, which illustrates the Holy Book's remarkable events through interactive technology, and the glass house that is home to unique plants that grow under specific conditions. There are 12 orchards in total. Other key facilities including cycling and walking paths, an outdoor theater, solar trees, and on-site Wi-Fi. Operating hours: it's open daily from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. and is free to enter for the public, including children who will find much more to do. However, the Cave of Miracles and Glass House have an entry charge of AED 5 each, payable via the annual card, which is used to access the city's public transportations and public parks. Entry to these two experiences is free for kids below the ages of 6 and people of determination. The best time to visit is between dawn and dusk, although throughout the holy month the park opens after sunset. Visitors will need approximately 1 to 2 hours to explore the venue. Within the park, you can find some tasty snack options, one coffee house, and some food along, and maybe have picnic. Visitors can head to the nearby Las Exit, a popular foodie spot on the side of the city. Pair your coffee with some mini donuts. For the stories or the miracles of cave, there's the story about Prophet Noah with miracle of ark. The prophet spent decades building an ark in desert. His people mocked him and accused him of going mad until Allah commanded rain to fall from the sky and springs to erupt from earth. This went on until all land was flooded and all creatures were perished except those who got on the ark, the hidden miracle. The other miracle that's mentioned is the miracle of Prophet Abraham. God supported Prophet Abraham with many miracles, including making the fire his people had thrown him into cool and safe haven after he destroyed their idols to convince them that they were mere stones with no power, which provoked them to throw him in fire as a punishment, sacrificing a ram in place of his son Ishmael. This was after Prophet Abraham saw a dream in which he sacrificed his son, which he was at the age of 86 and became a young man again. God wanted to test Abraham's faith, so he ordered him to sacrifice his son, and Abraham compiled. However, Allah revealed to him that he passed the test and sent a ram to be sacrificed instead. Miracle of Prophet Saleh, who was known for their exceptional skills in carving homes in stones and decorating them with artistic inscriptions and engravings. So they asked their prophet to carve a she camel in stone and bring it to life in order to believe that this in his message. Allah granted them their wish, and a she camel came out of the rocks alive, providing a miracle of the same nature of craft that they were experts at. The miracle of Prophet Moses. Allah supported Prophet Moses with clear miracles. All of them were magic related to be of the same nature of what his people were most notorious for. The staff was transformed after throwing it on the ground into a big serpent, released by the presence of magicians who believed in Allah on the spot upon seeing this, knowing that no man ever could come up with a miracle like that. Prophet Moses' white hand, which would shine like moonlight every time he takes it out of his pocket. The other 7 signs mentioned in the following verses. Indeed, we afflicted Pharaoh's fail. People with a shortage of crops, so they might come back to their senses in the prosperity. They said, "This is what we deserve," but in adversity, they blamed it on Moses and those with him. Surely, all is destined by Allah. Yet most of them did not know. They said, "No matter what sign you may bring to deceive us, we will never believe in you." Lack of rain. The people of Egypt were afflicted with resulting in scarce water and barren lands, a loss of crops, as some were withheld by Allah, others were devoured by His orders by the birds. The flood was the reason all their farms and cities were destroyed. The lice brought ailments to their bodies. Frogs were sent by Allah in large numbers to disturb their lives. Blood polluted all their food and drink. Angel of the wombs. The evidence to his presence is saying of Prophet peace be upon him. Allah has assigned angel to wombs, and angel says, "I'll ask Allah a sperm, I ask Allah a seed, I ask Allah the seeds grows." If he wanted to go through with the creation, he says, male or female, happy or unhappy, all livelihood and the time of death is written while fetus is still inside the mother's womb. The miracle of David. Allah gave David authority over mountains and birds to glorify the name of Allah with him, as mentioned in the verse. It was our power that made the hills and birds celebrate our praises with David. It was we who did all these things. Miracles of Solomon. Allah gave his Prophet Solomon many miracles following the Prophet's request to receive a gift that shall not be bestowed upon anyone. So Allah granted him a nation with a civilization that no other nation before and after could receive. Subjecting to the wind of his power, a gentle wind does only good and no harm. It moved by Prophet's orders and in the direction he wished. It could cause rain to fall and ships to move by his orders, and he used to defend Islam and himself against offenders, giving him the power over jinn as he could control them and use them to serve his kingdom. He could also order them to dive into seas to extract the treasures from pearls and corals, melting copper to make weapons, as Allah gave him a spring out of which yellow copper flowed like water, as mentioned in the Holy Quran. And we made springs of molten brass to flow for him. He had the power to order jinn to mold it the way he wanted, speaking with animals, birds, understanding their language. He also knew the language of insects, plants, and other living things. Now, the miracles of Prophet Isa, Jesus. Allah supported Prophet Jesus with many miracles, including being born without a father, speaking as a baby like a grown man. He said he's the servant of Allah, his prophet, and messenger of the Holy Book. Remember, when angels proclaimed, "O Mary, Allah gives you the good news of word one from him. His name will be Messiah, Jesus, son of Mary, honored with his world and thereafter, and he will be one of those nearest to Allah, blowing life into bird made from clay, healing the blind and lepers, bringing people to life, and knowing what food and drink his companions have and stored, sending down a spread of food from heaven from his people's request, revealing the Bible to him and making him the sacred wherever he went. Miracles of Prophet Muhammad. We conclude with some of the miracles of Prophet Muhammad, as mentioned. The Holy Quran Almighty, which he bestowed upon Prophet Muhammad, it's the greatest and most impressive miracle. Say, O Prophet, if all humans and jinn were to come together to produce equivalent of this Quran, they could not produce its equal, no matter how they supported each other. His servant Muhammad by night, the sacred mosque, the furthest mosque, whose surroundings we have blessed, so we may show him our signs. The story tells the journey of Al-Isra wal-Miraj, the journey that Prophet Muhammad was taken on the night from Masjid al-Haram in Mecca to Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem. Then he ascended the heavens, where he witnessed extraordinary events, and reached the seventh heaven, where he met other prophets and messengers. The journey concluded with the establishment of 5 daily prayers for Muslims. The Prophet then returned to Mecca the same night. The moon splitting, narrated by Anas bin Malik. The people of Mecca asked him for a sign, so the moon was cleft as under in Mecca twice, So the following was revealed. The hour has drawn near, and moon was split into two. Three truck crying for Prophet. Imam al-Shafi spoke about how Prophet peace be upon him used to stand by a stem of a date palm tree delivering a sermon. When the pulpit was placed for him and the stem was heard crying out, Prophet Muhammad peace be upon him got down from the pulpit and placed his hand over it, water sprouting from between his fingers. The miracle happened many times and many occasions. One of these was in place of Al-Zora, a place near Bazar, Medina. It was reported Prophet and his companions, when he was brought a vessel, he put his hand in that vessel where he began to sprout water between the fingers, and all the people performed wudu. How many people were they? They said there were about 300. Prophecies of the future. The Prophet, Muhammad, peace be upon him, had the knowledge of unknown that Allah provided him. His prophecies were for his time and a little future in the future and ends of times. He told of defeat of Khosrow of Persians, the prevalence of Romans over him, and his promise to bring Persia and other regions into Islam. The Romans had been defeated in the nearby land, yet following their defeat, there will be triumph. Small amounts of food and drink are enough for that people. There are many stories of how Prophet blessed small amounts of food and drink, and they became enough to feed many people, such as Battle of Trench, Al-Khandaq. Jabir bin Abdullah narrated, I said, O Prophet, we have slaughtered a young sheep of ours and have ground one of barley. So invite you along with some other people. So the Prophet said in a louder voice, O the people of Trench, Jabir had prepared food, so come along. And that food fed over 1,000 people. So guys, these are all the miracles. Hope you like, enjoy, share this video. Thank you for watching.